Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you. This is Rob the Mad Hatter. It is Friday. Feeling really good because the weekend is here, and happy weekend to everybody that's out there willing to listen to me on a Friday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How we doing out there, guys? I have one question for you. Can anybody out there in the SBTV Nation, any sports fans out there, whoever the hell is listening to us, can you please explain to me what the hell happened to the Houston Rockets last night? Wow. Listen, I was working late. I went to the bar, got to the bar, and the Spurs were up like 30 points. So I didn't really get a chance to watch the beginning of the game. So, I mean, I did hear that Harden, I guess, didn't shoot for like long periods of time. I don't know what that's all about. But if somebody could explain it to me, I'd love to know, because you know what? At the end of the day, I thought that the Houston Rockets would have been a great play last night, especially if you paired it up with the Washington Wizards tonight. But obviously it didn't come to form. And you know what I think happened? I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Game 5 overtime loss, when they were so close to getting that, I mean, I think that really damaged their psyche, because, I mean, if you go and kind of think about it, probably what ended up happening was that they just felt like no matter what happens in Game 6, they might be going down in Game 7. So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy that they got embarrassed in their building. Guys, if you're a Houston Rockets fan out there, I'm sure that you are not feeling really good about yourself right now. Good evening to Fast Eddie out there. My man Maurice Dante. Jonesy's out there. DJ 100 Grand. And Rick Lopez getting some run lines going. So let's see if my man Scott Weaver is hitting me back and forth. Hey, feel free to give us a call, brother. We can have a conversation about underdogs and run lines and all that good stuff, Major League Baseball and all the sports. So, just watching a little bit of D'Antonio's, or D'Antoni, I should say, his little facial expressions last night, man. I mean, they had no answer whatsoever for the Spurs. Now, the Spurs go in without Kawhi Leonard and get the job done. Here's the problem, though, guys. You know what? I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? The Spurs team obviously did their thing, but you know, you're facing a Houston Rockets team with one dynamic, incredible scorer. Okay, here's a challenge they got next round. They have like 4 dynamic scorers. So, I mean, the Golden State Warriors right now, this is how heavily favored they are, and it almost makes me want to take the Spurs, to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you why. Spurs are plus 680 to win this series. That means Golden State is minus 1,060. So for every $100 you put up for the Spurs, you're going to make $680. I didn't think it was going to be that long. I thought maybe Golden State minus 500, something along those lines. Wow. Unbelievable, man. So you know what? Listen, you are not making any money at this point if you're taking the Golden State Warriors. If you got them versus Cleveland, like I did at the beginning of the playoffs, Well, we're in really good shape right now. As a matter of fact, I probably will hedge a little bit here, depending on what the odds are in the next series. So, all good, guys. So, that's where I'm at. And I think that, plus 680, if I shop it around, maybe plus 700 somewhere, it's going to be real cool. And Rick Lopez, that is insane, bro. Wow, great photo for a Friday show. JC, hashtag SBTV Nation, Sir Mata, Martin. What's up, guys? Good evening to you. The Dream will be back momentarily. He's handling some business right now. So it's just you and me talking about the Houston Rockets. So, you know what? Hey, it is what it is, and we will get into what's going on tonight. Now, clearly, a big underdog won last night. Spurs, I think, were +9 at some books. They won the game on the court. You think it happened? You think lightning strikes twice? You think that the Boston Celtics go into Washington and get the job done? I don't think so. I got to stick to my guns here, guys. I can't see an underdog 2 nights in a row. It can't happen. Obviously, the Celtics are more than capable. They've shown on occasion that they could beat this Wizards team. But, Wizards -5. The line's not that big. I may just lay the points. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay the points tonight. I'm going to take the Washington Wizards -5 points versus the Boston Celtics. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will go out and watch the game, provided that I can get all my work done tonight. I got a lot of work to do here at the office. And you know what? Listen, you're not going to have anything in life unless you work. You have to work. Whether it's a late on a Friday night. Listen, I got 4 TVs in my office, so I'm all good. I can watch this, and I can watch some baseball, and I got Direct Sports Solutions out there. What's going on, brother? How are you feeling this evening on this Friday? Friday feeling hashtag. So, guys, that's where I'm at. I'm taking Washington tonight -5. I'm going to go into that. And I'd like to know, well, I wanted to know what the spread was in the first game. Golden State -10 versus the San Antonio Spurs. So what is that? Are they forecasting Kawhi Leonard to be out of game 1? Because the Spurs +10 that's a lot of points. I've never seen the Spurs this year plus double digits. So that might be something to take a look at. We're going to have to look at the NBA injury report and see if Kawhi Leonard is going to be in the game or not, because he wasn't in last night. But I just can't see him missing the Western Conference Finals. Could be wrong. Obviously, your body tells you what to do. But when you look at it here, he's expected to play game 1, and they're still +10. That's a pretty heavy favorite. So what that leads me to believe, especially if Golden State wins the first 2 games, the Spurs will be an underdog at home as well. That's what that looks like to me. So, hey, I'm in pretty damn good shape right now with this hedge situation. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who the Cleveland Cavaliers play. If the Cleveland Cavaliers play Boston Celtics, it'll probably be a lot less. You got to lay a lot less because Boston clearly has home court advantage. And they're going to get the first 2 games at home. And I would guess that Boston is probably maybe a 2 to 3 point underdog at home. So that's something to take a peek at, guys. We'll get into it shortly, but that's where I'm at. And I hope you all are enjoying right now, Friday, working your asses off and chilling and having a beer and relaxing. So it's all good, guys. Hey, listen, it's May. You got a couple of months left till summer. So for all you fat asses out there, listen, get your asses in shape. Go to the gym. You only got 2 months left. Okay? Hey, keep doing your thing. What's up, Martin? How you doing, bud? All right. So anyway, we're going to get into real quick here. I'm going to go right over to MLB. And I'm going to see if there's anything up my sleeve, because I'd like to know if any of you guys got involved in run lines yesterday. If we take a look at it, let's just take a real quick peek and see what the percentage was last night of one-run games. Because yesterday, if you missed the show, I was going into a little bit of how I feel that the run lines, because only 28% of the games are decided by one run, that means 72% of the games are decided by two or more. So, you know what? I like those odds, and I'm just going to keep laying the run lines. Now, it's going to bite me in the ass, obviously, a couple of times. 3 times out of 10 is going to be a one-run game, and you're going to be pissed. But all those other times, even when you're losing, you're not losing as much money laying the run line. You got to think about it, okay? Now, out of yesterday's games, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe that was one-run games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, so it was a really high percentage yesterday. The one-run games were a high percentage. It was like crazy. But it averages about 28%. So that's where I'm at, and I'm taking a look at this right now to see exactly where I want to be tonight as far as my money is concerned. When you take a look at, here's something I kind of like. You got Clayton Kershaw, -1.5. You got it. You're actually a favorite in this, okay? But, it's very rarely that you can get him with these good of odds, -1.5. Now, I know that Clayton Kershaw, when he pitches, he's pitching in Coors Field tonight, and he's pitching versus Tyler Chatwood. Now, Chatwood has obviously been way better, going back to last year. He's been better on the road than he has at home. I don't know if that's carried into this year, but I know for a fact that was the case last year. Most of Kershaw's wins are by 2 runs or more. Most of them. So I'm taking a look at that. I'm going to take Clayton Kershaw tonight, -1.5 in Coors Field. I know he got banged around a little bit in one of the situations where he pitched there recently, but I don't think so tonight. I think it's going to be kind of like what Greinke has been doing with the desert. He's been kind of adjusting to it. So I'm going to go Clayton Kershaw -1.5, and I'm probably going to actually parlay that in a small play with the Washington Wizards -5. So if I put those two together, it's probably some really, really good value. DJ, 100 grand. You're on Washington -5. Washington under as well. All right, brother. Hey, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you cash that big time. So as far as anything else, guys, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm just looking up the pitching matchups for the night. And I do see, Matt Harvey's back after his little suspension. They're playing tonight at the Milwaukee Brewers. You know what? You could not convince me one bit to take the Dark Knight -1.5 in this situation. Number one, the Brewers, seem to be a pesky team. Number 2 is that Familia's gone. Not that their bullpen wasn't banged up already. The Mets are in big trouble here. Not doing it, man. If I was to take the Brewers -1.5, it pays +210. Call me crazy, but that's more than 2 bets. It's 2.1 to 1. Maybe. Another situation here that I like, kind of feeling the run line a little bit. Johnny Cueto on the bump with the San Francisco Giants. Obviously, the Giants are not that good. Not a big fan of them, but my boy Cueto is on the bump versus his former squad, being the Cincinnati Reds with Feldman on the bump. And I got to be honest with you, if I was to take the San Francisco Giants, it would be either with Bumgarner or Cueto on the bump. And obviously, Matt Bum is sitting home nursing dirt bike injuries. So he's not going to be on the bump tonight or for, I think it was 6 to 8 weeks. So he's probably got another month left of that. Probably going to go Johnny Cueto -1.5 plus the 150 as well. And last but not least, let's pull it all the way down here. I don't see anything else actually that's really tickling my fancy. You got Rick Porcello on the bump with the Boston Red Sox. That might be another good run line opportunity. Listen, guys, do whatever the hell you want. You want to do money lines, feel free. You want to take the dogs, feel free. This is just what I'm thinking and doing. Maybe I take a shot with the Boston Red Sox on a Friday night. I know that usually it's Stephen Wright, but I know he is on Fridays, but he's out. He's been out for a minute here. So that's pretty much where I'm at, guys. I'm looking at possibly a San Francisco Giants play, possibly a Boston Red Sox play, and definitely a Clayton Kershaw play. All minus the 1.5 runs. And that is going to do it for me for this evening because I, my friends, need to go back to work. And I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far already because it's here. And you know what? It's going to be Mother's Day, so make sure that you take some side time away. Spend it with your moms and chill. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be games going on and stuff like that. But kind of break away from the TV a little bit and kind of chill with your mom. Just talk. They'll make her feel real good. Promise you that. And I'm going to do brunch in the morning with my bride. Then I'm going to go see my in-laws. Then I'm going to go see my mother afterwards. So I got a busy day on Sunday. So we'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock. And hopefully we'll get the Evil Genius on with some baseball plays. So I'm going to get up out of here, guys. I do appreciate every single time you guys are on with me. Thank you very much. What's up to Irvin? How are you, brother? Thank you and welcome to the party. And I'm closing it out. So I'm going Washington Wizards -5 tonight. I'm going... got to do it. San Francisco Giants -1.5. Clayton Kershaw -1.5. Boston Red Sox -1.5. Hey, maybe I'll throw them all together in a parlay to pay stupid money. We'll see. All right, guys, we love you to death. Go out there and go easy. We'll see you tomorrow. Whatever you do, go out there and get that money. Let's go.